Thank you all so much!
We did it! Yay!
Stiff from the cold, while his mother looked at her with a thin smile that carried no warmth at all. The room was full of people, polished shoes, soft laughter, quiet music, and not a single person spoke. The insult hung in the air, sharp and final, meant to cut and end the story right there. She did not argue. She did not defend herself. She simply lowered her eyes, nodded once, and walked away. That was how everyone remembered her. The girl who was dismissed without a fight, her name was Maya Lewis. She was not weak, but she was tired. At 24, Maya already carried exhaustion in her shoulders like an old coat she could not take off. Her hands were rough from work. Her shoes were worn thin at the heel. She smiled less than she used to. Still, she showed up. Still, she tried. She worked 2 jobs. One, at a community center during the day, helping families fill out forms. Find food, find shelter, find hope when there wasn't much left. At night, she cleaned offices after everyone else went home. The floors smelled of soap and polish. The lights buzzed overhead. The city looked different when no one was watching. She believed in quiet effort, in staying decent when no one rewarded it. That night, she had only come because he asked her to. Daniel Kind, unsure Daniel, who loved his mother but did not know how to stand up to her. He had promised it would be quick, just a dinner, just a chance. It ended before dessert. His mother had looked Maya up and down, measured her clothes, her background, her future, and decided it was all too small. The words were meant to teach Maya her place. And Maya accepted the lesson without a sound. What no one in that room knew was how long Maya had been learning to survive silence. She grew up in a narrow apartment where heat failed every winter and hope had to be shared carefully. Her father left early. Her mother worked until her hands shook, then worked more. When her mother passed, Maya was 16 and suddenly very alone. She remembered the hospital smell, clean and cold, the sound of machines that did not care who you loved. She remembered holding her mother's hand and promising to keep going, even when she did not know how school became a place of escape. Books were safer than people. Teachers noticed her focus, her quiet strength. But scholarships were thin and grief was heavy. She left school to work, to pay rent. To eat, she learned how to listen, how to wait, how to help others while carrying her own weight. At the community center, she met people on their worst days. She learned that pride often hurts more than hunger. She learned that dignity can survive even when money does not. She told herself that one day, she would build something that helped people before they fell, but dreams, like seeds, need time. The conflict did not end with that dinner. It followed her. Daniel tried to call, tried to apologize. His mother's words echoed between them, louder than either of them wanted to admit. Maya did not blame him. She did not ask him to choose. She simply stepped away. Public silence can be louder than anger. Life went on. Bills came. Floors got cleaned. Forms got filed. Maya saved what she could, dollar by dollar, week by week. She volunteered more hours than she should have. She took notes. She listened to patterns. She learned where systems failed. People talked past her. They always had. When she spoke about ideas, about programs that could prevent families from losing everything after one bad month, people smiled politely. They said maybe later. They said funding was tight. They said she was young. She thanked them and kept working. Years passed like this. Quiet, heavy, steady. Then, something shifted. A local business owner asked her for help setting up a small support fund for workers facing sudden illness. Maya stayed late, drew plans, found partners. The fund worked. People stayed afloat. Another group asked for help. Then another. Maya stopped cleaning offices at night. She barely noticed when it happened. Her days filled up instead. She never announced what she was building. She did not name it after herself. She did not ask for praise. She believed the work mattered more than the credit. By the fourth year, the programs had grown. Food support, rent help, job training, emergency care. All tied together by one simple rule: help before the fall, not after. The city noticed, slowly. She still wore simple clothes. She still took the bus. But when she spoke, people leaned in. She had learned that power does not always shout. Sometimes it waits. The invitation arrived in a thick envelope. A charity gala. A major one. The kind held in a hall with tall ceilings and long tables. The kind that raised more money in one night than Maya used to earn in a year. She almost didn't go. Then she saw the purpose. Funding hospitals. Community health. Prevention. She accepted. The night of the gala, the hall glowed. Lights reflected off glass. Voices blended into a soft hum. People greeted each other with practiced warmth. Daniel's mother was there. Dressed in confidence, certain of her place, she scanned the room, searching for donors. Searching for names she recognized. She did not recognize Maya. Maya arrived early. Not dressed to impress. Dressed to belong.com/focused. She spoke with organizers. Reviewed details. Confirmed plans. The event began. Speeches followed. Applause rose and fell. Numbers were shared. Progress celebrated. Then the host paused. They announced the primary sponsor. The funder who made the night possible. The person who chose to cover the full cost so every dollar raised could go directly to care. There was a ripple of surprise. Whispers moved through the room. Maya stood. She did not smile wide. She did not wave. She simply walked to the stage. The room grew quiet. Daniel's mother felt her breath catch. Recognition arrived late and unwelcome. She stared, searching for denial. Maya spoke with ease. She thanked the staff. She thanked the workers who stayed late. She thanked the families who trusted them. She said one line that settled deep. Help works best when it arrives before shame does. The crowd stood. Not all at once, but completely. Daniel's mother did not clap at first. Her hands stayed frozen in her lap. She remembered a younger woman holding a paper cup. She remembered words said to icily. She felt something unfamiliar, small, heavy after the applause. After the lights dimmed, people approached Maya. Hands reached out. Respect replaced curiosity. Daniel stood at the edge, watching. Pride mixed with regret. His mother approached last. She did not speak at first. Neither did Maya. Silence did what it always had. Finally, the older woman nodded. The gesture was stiff, controlled. Maya met her eyes, calm, unmoved. Nothing. More was needed. The power shift was complete. Maya did not seek revenge. She did not correct the past. She simply stood where she had earned the right to stand. The gala raised record funds. Programs expanded. More families stayed housed. More lives steadied. Maya returned to work the next day. She visited the community center. She listened. She adjusted plans. She reminded her team why they started. One volunteer asked how she stayed so calm. After everything, Maya answered simply, "Silence is not weakness. It is choice." Another time, when asked what drove her, she said dignity should never depend on luck. Years later, people would tell the story wrong. They would say she proved someone wrong, that she won. Maya never corrected them. She knew the truth. She had not risen to be seen. She had risen to serve, and that made all the difference. If this story stayed with you, take a moment to comment where you're watching from and what part moved you most. Share it with someone who believes quiet strength still matters. And subscribe for more stories that honor the courage it takes to stay kind, even when the world tells you not to.